Okay, again, welcome to International Institute of Non-Destructive Testing. And today we are going to discuss magnetic particle testing. Okay, so here we are going to discuss now lesson number two, and lesson number two is related to magnetization. And we know we already discussed how to do magnetization in the job. Just we are sending current to the ferromagnetic material. After application of current, the job becomes magnet, and that is the principle of magnetization. And in that case, if there is any discontinuity, then line of force will leave that job and came out, and we're getting flux leakage. And so the formation of north and south pole, and if you are applying iron particle there, then iron particle will accumulate it because of dissimilar pole, and we are getting indication. So this is the complete principle of magnetic particle testing. And here we are going to see how to there are two type of magnetic fields are there. One is circular and longitudinal magnetization, and we are going to see how to do circular magnetization, and the we are going to see how we are creating longitudinal magnetic field. Now here you see this is the bench type machine. Basically here is the copper pad, and this side also copper pad, and here we are sending currently directly through one end to another end. So we are using here current directly to the specimen. We are sending current to the specimen. That's why here we are putting this copper pad, because conductivity of copper is good. And the purpose of this wire mesh is, if wire mesh is there, then it will be soft. So your job will be clamped properly. So there is no leakage of current. If there is leakage of current, then chances of spark there, and that spark will damage our job. So let's see here the headshot. This is enlarged view of this, and going current here straight means longitudinal. We can say from one end to another end. Now the magnetic field is circular, perpendicular to current direction. So a circular magnetic field is induced into a specimen. Direct induction, because we are sending direct current to the specimen. So we are saying direct induction of circular magnetic field into an article. This is accomplished by passing a current through the article as shown in the headshot below. This arrangement is known as headshot, and the field is circular. Now, see the second example of circular magnetization is Prohr's magnetization, and this is also direct induction, because here we are sending directly current to the specimen, and we are getting circular magnetic field here. And this prod we are making from aluminium or copper material. This is basically copper material because of conductivity. Now, prod magnetization is used where the size or location of an article does not permit to the use of headshot and center conductor with current flow and circular field distribution as shown in below. Means, for example, suppose if we are doing shaft little small shaft, then we can do headshot and coil shot, definitely no doubt in that. But suppose we have the plate like this plate we can't arrange, we can't locate on the headshot, this bench type of machine. So here we are going to do prods, so or some of the big castings, it's very difficult to load on the bench type machine and to give headshot and coil shot. So in that case also big casting we can use the prod methods as well. So, and now circular magnetization, indirect induction. Now see, this is the example of this. Again, this arrangement is little bit same as headshot, but only thing is there, here we are not, this is the conductor, and the purpose of conductor is only to pass the current. And to pass the, we are passing the current through the conductor. Here we are not passing current to the job or to this gear. So when you are applying current to the conductor, when we are sending current to this conductor, then line of force generated, and that line of force induced into the gear, and we are getting circular magnetic field. Why circular? Because the current is going longitudinal, so field will be circular. Here we are saying here indirect induction, because we are not sending current to the specimen, we are sending magnetic field to the specimen. That's why indirect method. And we can use this technique for finished component, because there is no directly, we are not directly passing current to the specimen though, so there is no damage on the job. Now see, the current is flowing straight, magnetic field generated on the circular. Now in ferromagnetic metal, line of force are established within the material. Iron is permeable and readily conduct the magnetic field as shown below. If suppose this is magnetic conductor, that's why line of force within the conductor, because if ferromagnetic material and if you are applying current, and there is circular magnetic field that will within the magnet. But in the first case, you see here again, this is non-magnetic material and you are sending current. So if in case of non-magnetic material, line of force will not stay in the magnet, not stay in the conductor, so it will come out. So here you can see this is circular magnetic field, and now this is the crack which is perpendicular to field. That's why we are detecting this defect, because in magnetic particle testing we can detect defect which is perpendicular to the magnetic field and 45 degree up to 45 degree, 90 to 45 degree we can detect. Now see, this is the example. Now here we are sending current longitudinally, means magnetic field is circular. So here this crack we can detect because this is perpendicular to circular magnetic field. This we can detect because of 45 degree. This also 45 degree we can detect. This also 45 degree we can detect. But this we can't detect because here field is circular and this defect also transverse, or we can say circular. So this will not detect in headshot. So for this purpose we have to give coil shot. In coil shot the field will be longitudinal, means like this, and now this is in coil shot the field is longitudinal, and now it just look, the field is like this, move like this. Now here it making 90 degrees, so we can detect easily. Okay, so for one job, one shaft, we have to apply head shot and coil shot. Two shots are necessary. Hmm? So then only we can detect all location-wise discontinuities. Now this is magnetic field and discontinuity for this prod type technique. Now here see this is the defect. So this defect we can detect because this line of force is making 45 degree here or 90 degree here. So we can detect this way. But if you are putting one prod here and another prod here, then we can't detect this defect as well. I am located. I am showing here. See here. Now this is one prod position. This is another prod position. So this line of force will move like this, which is parallel to the defect. Which is parallel to the defect, so it will not detect. That's why we have to make one cross direction like this. One is this position, and second shot in this direction. So we can find out all type of all location, any degree, any angle discontinuities we can find. So that's why we are doing one time like this direction and second time in opposite 45 degree direction. Now, see, this is the example of coil, and this standard coil having 5 turns. Now, in coil, current is flowing circular and magnetic field is longitudinal, and see, this defect is perpendicular to this line of force, so we can detect. Now, we can see this bath. Bath means it is a mixture of water plus iron particles, or kerosene plus iron particles, or oil plus iron particle. It depends upon requirement. Now this is the yoke type equipment, and here there is inside the yoke there is coil, and in coil current is flowing circular, and we are getting longitudinal magnetic field, and this is going to here. And if now see, this line of force is going like in this direction, and the crack is perpendicular to line of force, so we can detect. If suppose crack is parallel to line of force, we can't detect. Means suppose if crack direction is in this direction, so this crack we can't detect. Then we have to put yoke in this direction, and the field will flow like this, and this we can detect. So for yoke as well, we suppose yoke as well, we have to do two direction inspection, means we have to give two shots, means one is one in this direction, and second is uh, opposite, means 45 or 90 degree to first one, means like this. So then if you are applying in this direction and in this direction, then only we can detect any discontinuities in that material. Otherwise we can't find all discontinuities. So we have to remember these things while we are doing magnetization with the help of yoke. So yoke may be used to magnetize a specimen longitudinally as shown below. The yoke is essentially a temporary horseshoe magnet. It is made of soft, low retentivity irons, which is magnetized by small coil wound its horizontal bar. Generally, these plates, these poles we are making from low retentivity material. Why? Because once current is off, if there is magnetic field is high there, then it's difficult to remove from test specimen. That's why we are making from low retentivity material. So low retentivity means once you off the current, there is no magnetic field. No residual magnetic field in this pole, so we can easily remove from the job. So we are going to see, this is also indirect method, because we are not sending current to the specimen. See again this coils, here we should take care, because if you are touching the part directly to the coil, then that particular area we have to inspect in next time, or we have to take care while doing inspection the part will never touch to the coil. So So this is also coil. This is standard coil. There is 5 turns. Here also we have to put the job inner edge of the coil, not at the center. Okay, because at the center field will be zero. So where is the field? At inner edge of the coil, because the current is here. Current is flowing in the coil, and so line of magnetic field will be more at near line, near coil only. So that's why we are getting more magnetic field at inner edge of the coil. The flux density is greatest at the surface of copper. Therefore flux density will greatest at the inner surface of the coil. Parts being magnetized should be placed near the inside surface of the coil, as shown below. Now see here, this here circular crack, and the current also flowing circular, and magnetic field is longitudinal in this direction, means we can detect this one. We can detect this one, but we can't detect this one because your longitudinal field, our longitudinal field and crack in the same direction, so we can't detect. So thank you very much. If you have required more assistance, please feel free to write us on iindtpune@gmail.com, or here is our number as well. As also you can subscribe our channels and you can write their comments as well. Thank you very much.